Alrighty YouTube, modern day Alex here. Welcome back to a video that I've been putting off for months. Because the 400 that was in Farmy blew up back in like March or April. I can't remember exactly. And I kind of lost all motivation to do anything to it. So this is me coming to you saying that I am sorry that I have been gone forever, but I needed a hell of a mental break and I'm getting back into it now. So the video you're about to watch is the diagnosis of what happened to the 400 and then my plans for what I'm going to be doing to it next, because there's an engine that's wrapped up in the garbage bag on the floor there that I was going to use. That didn't end up working, but that's already spoiling enough for you, so stay tuned. Alrighty YouTube, I am back, and I am back with a motherfucking vengeance. This small block 400 blew up well over a month ago, and I've done nothing but sit and stare at it and just be mad. Mostly depressed, honestly. What do you say we pull this piece of shit apart, take this out, and figure out what the fuck happened so that we can put the new engine in its place, which I've had sitting for also a month, and then we can finally get to cooking a set of rubber off it. Let's pull this bitch apart. Alright, the front end's apart. Let's rip this fender off. Okay. There we go. You know, it feels like I've done this already. I'm concerned by the lack of coolant that came out of this. See ya. Oh, this is too familiar. Okay, front end is all apart. I'm gonna go through, get the accessories off, probably the exhaust as well. I'm gonna crawl underneath, do all the stuff we gotta do under there, and then I will come back. Okay, we're done underneath it. I've got the exhaust disconnected. All the accessories are off, the wiring, the fuel injection. We're basically ready to hook the hoist up to it and pull the damn thing out. Okay, there she's out. Let's get this thing disconnected and on an engine stand. Oh no, I've made a big old mess. Oh, that's like mostly coolant. Oh my god, that is all coolant. Oh no. So that's where all the coolant went. Oh, did I rupture a cylinder? You want to be nice to me. Look at that. Maybe this can go on the floor. Wow, this looks like it has next to no miles on it, as it should. Alright, there's the flywheel. Also, really doesn't look like anything happened to it. Oh, that's all coolant coming out of the oil pan. That is not good. That's not good at all. You know, I don't think that's where coolant is supposed to come out from. There's the oil pan leaking coolant out of it. Let's start pulling this apart. Anything interesting? Oh, we got a very loose rocker. That's not good. Oh, that feels bent. Oh, that feels really bent. Oh, oh no! Uh-oh. Oh my god, it fucking broke it! Okay, so this piston is fucked. Absolutely. There's what the hell? There's chunks of aluminum up here. Like, that's piston. For sure. What the f? Everything on this side's fine. I'm concerned that those weren't tight. Like, at all. Okay, what do we got? Oh no! How the f is there piston in here? What the hell? Look at this. There are chunks of what I can assume is piston. Loads of it. All right. Anything brutal under here? Nope, that looks absolutely normal. Okay. I'm not looking. I also don't want to look at the head yet, so we're not going to look at that. Okay. Let's see the damage. That's it? I'm actually thoroughly disappointed with that. It did make some valve contact, but like I was expecting to see a piston just completely destroyed. Also a nice flat piece of aluminum that I just scraped off the bottom of it. Let's drain whatever's left of the garbage out of this. Oh no! That is not good. I might pull this oil pan without flipping the engine over first. Oh no! Holy sh! I'm gonna assume that's rod bearing number 1. Holy! Here's what's in the pan. Rod cap for number 1. Destroyed. There's the other half of the bearing. All in the bottom of the pan is piston. That is brutal. Holy sh! Okay, well this moved. That's not a good sign. Piston number 1 is. That's wild. Oh, it does move. Actually, interesting. This block might be salvageable. Salvageable. Okay, there's the oil pump. Concerning the pickup wiggles, but it's not like falling out wiggly. Alright, well, let's take all the pistons out. Ooh, that bearing ate itself alive. A little bit of damage to number 2. Not much. All things considered, the crank actually looks okay. Ooh. Oh, I spoke too soon. I take it back, the crank is not okay. Yes, on the one side it's grooved right in. Well, I may as well see if piston number 1 comes out. Oh, it does too, look at that. Oh my god, the whole piston is deformed. Look at the way the rings go down. Huh. That's insane. Okay, well, everything's out. I've inspected everything else. It seems fine. Looking at the block from the bottom side, I don't know how all the coolant got in. I don't see any holes anywhere. So let's flip it over, the water pump and the balancer off, and take the crank out, get the cam out, and we will find out. Oh, oh no, dude. Can you see it? Can you see the problem? That'll do it. Well, we may as well take the rest of this damn thing apart. This hardly even looks like it's used. And now it's time for the crank. So we'll do number 1. That's pretty gross. That one's actually not bad. That one also not bad. Seems alright. I'm saying this as if it matters. And it's just about the same. It's oddly grooved in the middle as well. The crank is still surprisingly hard to turn with the caps off. Wait a second. It gets tight. Yeah, right here it's tight. What the f***? Is my crank bent? Yeah, see right here's easy. Oh my god, yeah, right here it's really tight. Hang on a second. No end play in the crank there. Crank has end play there. Find the tight spot again. Somewhere around here. Yeah. What the fuck? I can't get it to move. Oh my god, the crank is bent. I can't believe that. Because I recall putting it together, the crank spun rather free. Okay, I'm gonna get you in for a close-up shot. Not that you're gonna be able to see it move, but you'll be able to hear it a little better. Whether the crank being bent is a cause of the damage or a result from the damage, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and watch my assembly and see. I never did notice that the crank was ever hard to turn before. And there's no main caps on this. That's absolutely baffling. So right here, that's the crank moving. We'll flip it, I think it's like 180 from that. Somewhere, yeah, like right here is tight. And I can actually, but oh my god, I gotta force it. Oh, it gets even tighter here. Oh, whoa, yeah, right here. I can get it to move, but oh my god. Oh well, I'm just playing with it now. See you later, crank. I did everything I could to make this engine work, and it just didn't. There we go. Okay, so here's a little bit of a time skip update. I recorded that last part almost a month and a half ago. As you can see, the 400 is currently nowhere to be found. After looking more at the block and more at the parts, they were all basically junk. So the block got taken to the scrapyard. I think I have the crank somewhere. Might have thrown it in the shed. The heads I still have. They're not totally destroyed. Like only one of the valves is bent. Driver's side. Which one was it? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. But I mean, the head is still usable. It needs one valve. So in the about a month and a half that I've disappeared, it's not like I've been doing nothing. I have had absolutely no motivation to touch Farmy, which I think is understandable after the engine blew up twice. After I tore it apart and found out all the damage, I'm like, you know what? I can't be bothered to touch it. You might see in the background, I also bought another car. That's a 1986 BMW 325 that we will get into at some other point. And then apart from that, I picked up a spare engine for Farmy, but that's not the only one. There's another one sitting on the stand over here. So let me just inform you on the order of events that went down. Basically, Farmy blew up. I ignored it for a little bit. We pulled the engine, got it disassembled in this video. At some point between it blowing up and I think before I took it out, I picked up this. This really isn't anything special. It's a 1968 vintage standard bore 4-bolt main 350. I got it with a set of old 041 heads, I believe. 394 or 7041. These were kind of like the last of the pre-smog high performance heads. The plan was just to slap that 350 together, put it in Farmy, make it run and drive, and call it good. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess, in the demotivation spiral of not wanting to put this together, my dad actually ended up tracking down this. This, I believe, is a 1974 vintage small block 400. That's right, we have another 400 set up that could potentially go on the truck. And it's not just a 400. If we rub off one of these pistons here, you can see a nice 030 stamp. This has actually been bored out to a 406, but that's not all. One of the pistons was taken out just to assess the situation. One of the pistons was taken out just to kind of assess the situation, and I want to show you something cool. So here is the rod and piston that came out of that 400, and here is one of the rods and pistons that came out of my 400. Now the first difference is incredibly subtle. You might be able to notice the pin height of the new 400 is just a little bit higher, as well as these are flat tops with valve reliefs instead of a dish. So not only do we have high compression pistons, we have longer connecting rods as well. My dad is telling me that this is a pretty decent setup, because to buy pistons with the pin height to match these rods can be a hefty chunk of money. So the fact that it's already set up with them is kind of a win. So this new 400 is actually my current plan. For now, I'm gonna let the 350 sit here until I have something else to do with it. I'm gonna use the 041 heads that came with it on this 400 block with the flat top pistons, hopefully bumping this thing up to like 11-to-1 compression. Gonna be running the same Edelbrock Torker single plane manifold. The cam we have for it is not an Isky cam sitting in the box. It is a, I don't have the cam specs off of my head, but it's an aftermarket replacement cam you can order on Rock Auto. It's basically the same as an old Widowmaker cam, I believe they called it. It's a very mild cam for a 400 build, but it's parts I have and it's parts I'm gonna use. Then of course we're gonna chuck the NV 3500 on the back of it, which with the amount of torque that's putting out, this is kind of gonna scare me, as well as the factory 7.5-inch rear end, but I do have a replacement for that. And yeah, that's about all I have to update with. So I think we're gonna be getting into this 400 into the next video. That's gonna be it for me. I apologize again for being a bit of a bum and disappearing out of nowhere again. I've actually had people message me on Instagram, on TikTok saying, hey, like, where have you been? I hope you're okay. So I really do appreciate that everyone's looking out for me. Life just gets rough sometimes, you know? But we're getting better. The brakes have been much needed, but the itch to get back in here and make this stupid pile of garbage run and do burnouts again is really getting to me. I might actually just end up selling the truck when I'm done with it, but you know, bigger things. I also have to get back into Rat 10, and then I got the BMW sitting outside, so there's things coming, don't you worry. Anyways, if you guys came back, thanks for sticking around, waiting for me. I hope you're excited for what's coming, and I hope you come back for more. Thanks for watching.